G'day Maths Legends. Pig the Pug and I don't want you to not know what a prime and composite number is. So this time we're going to be learning all about what a prime and what a composite number is so that you can locate and identify them in your maths. All right, Legends, good luck. Okay, Legends, so let's look at what a prime number is. So the definition of a prime number is something that only has two factors. And the two factors are itself and 1. So 3 is a prime number, 7 is a prime number, 5, 17, 29, 13, 2. Let's have a look at the number 5 now, okay? Over here I've started writing it. So a 5 can only be divided by itself and 1, okay? And that means it only has two factors, okay? 5 and 1, all right? Let's look at 13 now. 13 can only be divided by 13 and 1. So it only has two factors. And if a number's only got two factors, that makes it a prime number. It makes it a prime number. Now, here is this, number 2. Now, lots of people argue, is 2 a prime number? I say 2 most certainly is, because it fulfills this statement, okay, that it only has two factors, 2 and 1. Okay, 2 and 1. So 2 is the only even prime number. All the other numbers, if it's a prime, you want to know it's a prime number, straight away the first hack is, if it is even and it's not a 2, then it can't be a prime number because all even numbers besides 2 can be divided by another number. So the next even number after 2 is 4. And 4 can be divided by 2. 1, 2, and 4. So that means it's got 3 factors. So that means it's not a prime number. Prime numbers have only got 2 factors. Really important you guys understand that, okay? All right. Now, if you are not a prime number, you are a composite number, okay? So there's prime numbers and there's composite numbers. So numbers that aren't a prime number are a composite number. Numbers that aren't a composite number are a prime, okay? So let's have a look. The statement is, have more than 2 factors. So all of these numbers down here have more than 2 factors. They can be divided by more than just itself and 1. So let's have a look at 16 now. If we go across here, 16. Now 16 can be divided by 16 and 1, okay? So those two, then it can also be divided by, now I'd start with the next one, which is 2's, and if I divide, any even number can be divided by 2, okay? So straight away, all even numbers can be divided by 2, so 16 is 2. 16 can also be divided by 4, and it can be divided by 8, okay? So if I count by 2's, I get to 16. If I count by 4's, I get to 16. If I count by 8's, I get to 16, okay? So 16 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 16 has 5 factors. 16 has 5 factors, okay? Let's look at 27 now. Now, 27 is an odd number, okay? But it is also a composite number because if I count by 27 and 1, if I count by 3's, I hit 27. 3 9s are 27, okay? So 3 is a factor of 27. And 9 is a factor of 27. If I count by 9s, I will reach 27. So 27 has 1, 2, 3, 4 factors, okay? When we're writing out our numbered factors, to make sure that we don't miss a number, it's really important that you always start with itself first, so 27, then 1. That's the first two you always put. 7, you put itself and 1. Then you start out, can you get to 27 by 2's? No. Can you get to 27 by 3's? Yes, so you write 3. Can you get to 27 by 4's? No. Can you get to 27 by 5's? No. 6's? No. 7's? No. 8's? No. 9's? Yes, so I put my 9 there. The other hack is if you've got an odd number, it never will have a factor that is an even number, okay? So if you've got an odd number like 27, none of 27's factors are going to be even numbers because multiply times, so an even number times even always equals even, okay? Odd times odd always equals odd. Even times odd equals even, okay? So straight away, anything that is an odd number like 25, okay, you know that 2s, 4s, 6s, 8s, 10s are not going to be factors of 25, all right? Okay, so that's just a little hack that you got there too. So when it says, can you identify numbers, you know straight away, well, I'm not going to worry about 4s because 4s are always going to be even numbers. I'm not going to worry about 6s because 6s are always going to be even numbers. I'll just concentrate on the odd numbers, okay? And we know that 25 is, I would write it like this. I would write 25 equals 25 and 1. And then I would say 2s, no, 3s. If I count by 3s, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. No, so not 3s. 4s, definitely no, because it's even. 5s, yes, put a 5 there. And 5s are 25. 6s, no. 7s, no. 8s, no. Nothing else. It actually has, that's all of its factors. 1, 2, and 3. Okay? All right, I hope that makes sense for you guys. We're going to go on the next part. We're going to look at factor trees. All right, so a way of identifying the factors of numbers are to use factor trees. And this is what a factor tree looks like. So I'm going to make this really big. So the first one I'm going to look at is 8. Okay, so I'm going to use my pen. And I'm going to write down all the factors that I know of 8. So factors of 8 are 4 times 2. 2 4s are 8. Then I go down the bottom here. What are the factors of that 4? Well, that is 2 times 2. All right? And straight away, I then know that I've got all my factors of 8. I've gone as low as I can go, okay? Now, to make sure that you are right, that you've listed all those factors in there, I go down the bottom, I do a little sum. I say 2 times 2. I take all my factors, 2 times 2 times 2. All right, let's have a look. I hopefully will get 8. 2 times 2 is 4, and 4 times 2 equals 8. So I know I've listed all of the factors that I can for that number. Now let's go across. We'll go down to 12 now. Okay, let's go down to 12. What are the factors that I know of 12? Well, let's have a look. I know that 3 times 4 equals 12. 3 4s are 12, okay? So straight away, I know 3 times 4, 3 4s are 12, okay? I then know that I can go down to here. I can go 1 times 3. That's as low as I can go for that one. And 2 times 2. All right, 2 times 2. All right, so I then go, well, let's have a look to see whether I've got all the factors. 1 times 3 times 2 times 2. 1 times 3 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. So I know that I've gone as low as I can. But for some of you out there, you're going to say, but sir, there are other types of numbers. I don't have to use 3 and 4. And you're 100% right. Because we know that 2 times 6 is the factor. So 2 times 6, okay? And then what I can do is I can go, well, 1 times 2 is 2. And then I go, well, how do I get to 3? Well, I times 2 times 3 equals 6, okay? And then I go down the bottom here and I say, well, 1 times 3, okay? Let's write down all of these numbers, 1, 2, 1, and 3. And let's see if we can make 12. So 1 times 2 times 1 times 3. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 3 equals 6. So I've missed out on some, okay? I've missed out on some. Where have I missed out on it? Well, just here. 1 times 2. So I've missed out on a 1 times 2 because now if I look at my numbers again, 1 times 2 times 1 times 2 times 1 times 3. Okay, 1 times 2 is 2. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 1 is 4. And 4 times 3 equals 12. Okay, you can see. And guys, I know it didn't sound like it, but I did do that on purpose to show you that we always want to make sure that we reach that 12 at the very end. Okay, for the next two, I'm not going to do the multiplication. I'm just going to try and break them down into their factors for you. Okay, now I try and start off as big as I can. I want my numbers, my factors, to be as big as I can. So I always try to start off by halving the number. So half of 24 is 12. Okay, so half of 24 is 12, and 2 times 12 is that. So I go 1 times 2 equals 2. Now, then half of 12 is 6 and 2. Okay, and then half of 6 is 2 times 3. Okay, and then now I can add them all together. What I want you to do though for the last two, or for the last one, is I want you to list all of its factors. So if I go 24, I say equals 24 and 1. And if I count by 2s, will I get to 24? Well, yes, I do. So I go 2s. If I count by 3s, will I hit to 24? Well, yes, I will. So I go 3s. If I count by 4s, will I go to 20? Will I go to 24? Okay, well, can you think of a 4 times table that equals 24? Yes. 6 4s are 24. So 4 is, yes. Okay, 6 4s are 24. Now, I know 4 is not written on here, but I know that 6 is. 6 4s are 24. What about 7s? No, it's an even number, so it can't be 7s. What about 8s? So sometimes you have to count them in your head. 1 8 is 8, 2 8s is 16, 3 8s are 24. Yes, 3 times 8 equals 24. 9s? No, 9's an odd number. 10s? 10, 20, 30. No. What about 11s? 11, 22. No, 33. What about 12s? Well, yes, I've got 12 here. I've identified 12 already. Okay, so then you've now listed all of your factors for 24. Okay, all right. I'm going to get you to pause the video here, and then we'll go on with the last one together, okay, for 27. Okay, pause the video now. See if you can write down all the factors for 27. All right, legends, welcome back. Hopefully you've paused the video there and you're ready to write down, or you're going to check your answers. Now, for 27, I can't halve 27, okay? What sum do I know equals 27? Well, I'm going to use my 3s. 3 9s are 27. And I'll go down here and I say, well, 3 3s are 9. 3 3s are 9, okay? Now I can go 1 times 3, 1 times 3. Now I wouldn't worry about going 1 times 3, because if I was to take all of my numbers that I've gone as low as I can to, I'm going to say 3 times 3 times 3. There's no use in adding a 1 there, because you know it's 3 times 1 is 3, so it doesn't effectively matter. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3 equals 27, all right? And then I list my factors down here. 27 equals 27 and 1. 2s, no, it's an odd number. So straight away I know 2s, 4s, 6s, 8s, 10s and 12s. I'm not going to worry about those, but I'm going to count by, I'm going to go to my odds. 1s, yes. 3s, yes, most certainly. 5s, no. 5 5s are 25. 7s, 7, 14, 21, 28. No. 9s. Well, yes, most certain. I can see a 9 up there, okay? 9's up there. Can I halve the number is my last one I always say. I always have a half at the very end. Can I halve the number? Well, if I was to halve 27, it'd be 13 and a half. I can't half a number. So that's the last one. So the factors of 27 are 27, 1, 3, and 9. Okay, guys, hope you got those ones right. All right, good luck with the rest of your sums. Finally, guys, I just want you to use the lessons you've learned today to try and identify or colour in all of those prime numbers. So what I want you to do is I'll make a list. Have one list that says prime numbers, or make a list that says one that says composite numbers. Or you could take a screenshot of this, this page on your iPad that you're using, and then use a tool to try and highlight all of those prime numbers in yellow and all of those composite numbers in red. Okay, it's up to you. All right, do that now for me. Okay, here you go. All of the numbers have been, they're crossed out. So these are all my prime numbers. 2, 3, 5, 7, 19, 17, 13, 11, 23, 29, 31, 37, 41, 43, 47, 53, 59, 61, 67, 61, 73, 79, 89, 83, 97, and hopefully you realise that I skipped one because I didn't have a cross through it, but 63. Now, looking at these numbers, straight away you know that there are a lot of prime numbers in the beginning, okay? And then as you get higher, as your number gets higher, you see less and less of them. In fact, if you look through the 90s, I've missed one here. If you look through the 90s, we go, most of the 10s, we've only got 2. Sometimes we've got 3, but as that number gets higher, you'll find that they're there. The other one I want you to highlight is if you go down to 11, 31, 41, 61, 71, okay? So all of a sudden, we start to see those prime numbers have got a lot of ones next to them, okay? A lot of ones next to them. All right, and then obviously you go through the rest of them and then you'd see that all the other numbers, so one's one of those tricky ones. So 1 isn't a prime number or a composite number, okay? I'm not going to say, there you go, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. Then the reason why we don't call 1 a prime number is a prime number has to have 2 factors. Now 1 is only got 1, okay? It's the only factor it's got. So 1 is neither a prime nor a composite number. It's just 1. 12, 14. So you see that all of these numbers besides 2 are even, okay? Okay, 2 is the only even number that is not a composite number. So if I was doing this activity in my book, I would simply highlight all of the even numbers straight away that aren't 2, okay? All right? And then I would then go, okay, I'm going to start at the bottom and I'll work my way through. But hopefully you guys were able to identify those ones. Any ones in there you're unsure of, by all means, try and divide them by some of those. Try and divide them by start at the top and then start at the bottom. And then try and divide by 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s, 8s, 9s all the way through. All right, guys. I hope that makes sense for you. Good luck with the rest of your sums.